The stars were quiet that night, but Earth was not. Across the sky, ships hovered like ghosts, waiting for the signal to leave. In orbit, the command ship, Liberty, floated above the blue planet, silent and deadly. Inside, people moved with purpose, eyes focused, hearts heavy. It had been 2 weeks since the Keleth asked for help. They were tall, glowing beings from a faraway world. Their message came through loud and clear. Their people were dying. A sickness no one could stop was spreading fast. They needed help. And humanity answered. Doctors, nurses, scientists, hundreds of them, were sent out on peace missions across the stars. They carried medicine, tools, hope. Among them was Dr. Lisa Harper, a woman known for stopping plagues before they could start. She had soft eyes and a strong voice, the kind of person who made you feel safe just by being near. Along with her was Captain Ryan Blake, once a soldier, now a protector of those who healed. He wore a simple gray uniform, no medals, no rank showing, but his name was respected. He didn't go looking for war, but he always made sure those under his watch stayed alive. They arrived on the Keleth homeworld with open hands and open hearts. The cities shimmered at night, built from crystal-like stone and glowing vines. It was beautiful, peaceful. At least it looked that way. For days they worked. They ran tests, gathered samples, treated the sick. Lisa and her team found something strange, a virus unlike anything seen before. It wasn't natural. That much was clear. Someone had made it, maybe even used it. But then, without warning, everything changed. The lights went out first. Then the alarms. Then the screams. Keleth soldiers stormed the medical stations. They didn't look scared anymore, they looked cold, angry. They killed without hesitation. Doctors were shot where they stood. Nurses dragged away. Equipment smashed, to pieces. Lisa barely escaped. She ran through smoke-filled halls, clutching data drives like they were life itself. Ryan fought behind her, covering their retreat with a weapon he hadn't held in years. He fired until the barrel glowed red. Outside, the sky burned. Ships tried to take off, some made it. Most didn't. A final transmission was sent back to Earth. It was short, raw, horrifying. Help us. They're killing us. Then silence. Across human space, the news spread like fire. People watched the footage. Screaming doctors. Glowing. Aliens with weapons raised. Blood on white coats. Governments argued. News anchors cried. Families mourned. And deep in a hidden base beneath the ocean, a group of men and women received a single order. Prepare the Reapers. They were not heroes, not soldiers, not diplomats. They were what happened when mercy was met with murder, and they were about to be unleashed. The world did not sleep after the attack, not for days, not for weeks. People stared at their screens, eyes wide, mouths open. They had seen war before, but this was different. This was betrayal. This was murder dressed as peace. The video spread, fast. A nurse on her knees begging for help. A doctor shot while holding out his hands. The last message from Dr. Lisa Harper. They're not sick. They lied. Then static. Governments met behind closed doors. Some wanted to talk. To ask why, to find a reason. But others knew better. Words would not bring back the dead. Nothing could. Across Earth, protests grew. People demanded action, not just justice. Justice with teeth. Flags flew at half-mast, but fists were raised high. The message was clear. You do not hurt our healers and walk free. In a dark room under a mountain, a man watched the news. His name was Derek Monroe. He wore no uniform. No rank showed on his chest. But he had been trained for this moment. For years he waited. Now the time had come. He was not alone. In another room sat Elena Cruz. Her eyes moved fast, reading reports, scanning maps. She was a sniper once. Now she was something else, something new. Her body had been changed, not by choice, but by duty. Her nerves were wired to react faster than thought. Her aim never missed. Around them others gathered. Men and women like them. Soldiers without names. Warriors without borders. They were called many things in secret. But now, they had one purpose: revenge. Far away, in deep space, the Kelith celebrated. They thought the humans would cry, beg, talk. Wait, they were wrong. A signal went out from Earth, one word. Activate, and the Reapers woke up. Their ships left orbit silently. No flags, no faces, no noise, just motion, just purpose. Derek stood on the command deck of the Vigilant, a gray ship built for shadow work. He looked at the stars and saw more than light. He saw targets. Elena prepared her gear. Her rifle was custom built. Her suit was black. Her mission was simple: make them afraid. Back on Earth, a young girl named Maya watched the sky. She didn't know what was happening. She only knew that her uncle had died on the Kelith world. He was a nurse. He went to help. He never came back. She asked her mother, "Will they pay for what they did?" Her mother didn't answer, but someone else did. Yes. And far above, in the cold dark of space, the Reapers were already on their way. The Kelith homeworld glowed under its twin suns. Forests of crystal trees shimmered in the light. Rivers pulsed with color like veins in living skin. It was beautiful. But beauty hides many sins. In the sky above it, the Vigilant drifted unseen. Its hull was black, not just in color but in purpose. No flags, no lights, just silence. Inside, Derek Monroe stood at the command deck. His eyes were cold. His voice was calm. "They don't know we're here," he said. Elena Cruz sat nearby, checking her gear. Her rifle rested on her lap. She didn't speak much. Words were wasted on the dead. They had been watching for hours. The Kelith leaders gathered in their capital, tall beings with glowing skin and empty hearts. They thought they were safe. They thought Earth would cry and forget. They were wrong. "First strike starts in 10, Derek said. Across the ship, Reaper teams moved into place. These were not regular soldiers. They were faster, stronger, built to end wars before they began. Their suits absorbed heat. Their boots made no sound. They were ghosts with missions. One by one, the drops began. Elena's pod fell from the sky like a stone. Wind screamed around her, lights blinked below. Defense towers, communication hubs, command centers. She landed first, silent, precise. Perched high on a cliff overlooking the city, she powered up her scope. Targets appeared on her screen. Target 1, General Vaylin. He gave the order to kill the doctors. Her crosshair found his. Head she exhaled and pulled the trigger, a flash, a puff of mist, and then nothing. He was gone. Other Reapers moved through the city like shadows. Explosives placed, systems hacked, power grids fried. Derek led the ground team. His suit hummed with energy. His body reacted faster than thought. He moved through dark alleys, past glowing walls, toward the heart of the city. His mission: cripple the Kelith War Council. Make them feel pain. The first guard never saw him coming. One punch, one snap. Gone. The second tried to scream. Derek silenced him with a hand over his mouth and a blade between his ribs. They reached the council chamber. Heavy doors blocked the way. Elena's voice came through his earpiece. "I've cleared the outer ring. You're clear to enter." Derek stepped back. A small charge stuck to the door. He pressed a button. Boom. Smoke filled the room inside. Screams followed. Kelith leaders ran. Some tried to hide. Others reached for weapons. None made it far. Derek walked through the chaos. His visor lit up names. Faces matched files. Each one guilty. He grabbed one by the neck. A woman. High Counselor Relin. "You sent peace messages," he said. "You asked for help." She spat at him. "We are strong now. You cannot stop us." He looked at her, then at the others. You killed our healers, he said. Now we brought the Reapers. Outside, the night burned, and the stars watched as justice came with fire. The capital burned. Smoke curled into the sky like black fingers reaching for the stars. Fires lit up the crystal towers that once stood as symbols of peace. Now they were ruins, symbols of something else. Inside what was left of the council chamber, Derek Monroe stood over the last surviving Keleth leader, Counselor Rellan. Her skin still glowed faintly, even in the smoke and ash, but her eyes were dim, full of fear now, not pride. Derek held her by the collar. His suit was scorched, his hands were steady. Why? He asked. She coughed, blood mixing with her breath. You are weak, she said. You send healers when you should send soldiers. He looked around at the bodies on the floor, the ones who had ordered the massacre, the ones who had killed doctors, nurses, scientists, people who came to help. You thought mercy was weakness, Derek said, but you didn't understand it, and now you'll never get to try again. He let go. She fell back, gasping. Outside, the Reapers moved fast. Their mission wasn't done. They had crippled the command center, but the Keleth still had forces across their system. Ships, bases, weapons. Elena Cruz watched from a rooftop sniper perch. Her rifle cooled after another long day of silence and death. Across the city, Reaper. Teams sent status updates, defense grid down, communications cut, command hub destroyed. One message came through loud and clear, enemy fleet mobilizing. Derek called in the strike team. They regrouped near a broken tower, breathing hard but focused. We end this, he said. Now. Back on Earth, the galaxy watched. Not just humans, but other alien species too. Some had been allies. Others had stayed silent during the attack on the healers. Now they saw what happened when you crossed the line. News feeds showed footage taken from spy satellites, Reaper ships moving like ghosts, Keleth ships exploding in bursts of fire, ground bases falling without a fight. Some called it overkill, some called it revenge, but most just called it justice. In a small town on Earth, a girl named Maya sat in front of a screen. Her uncle had died on the Keleth world. He was a nurse. He went there to save lives. She watched the reports come in, saw the faces of people cheering, saw the videos of Reapers walking through ruins, ending a war before it could start. Her mother walked in and put a hand on her shoulder. They won't forget him, she said softly. Maya nodded. Her eyes were dry but full of something strong. On the battlefield, Derek stood on top of a fallen tower and looked out over the city. It was quiet now. Not peaceful, just quiet. He pressed a button on his wrist. All units broadcast the message. Across every channel. Every system, every speaker in every ship and planet in range. One voice played. This is Captain Derek Monroe of the Reapers. If you hurt our people again, we will come back. A pause. And next time, we won't stop with just one world. The signal cut. And the stars listened. The war was over before it began. The Keleth had no chance to regroup. No time to ask for peace. The Reapers moved fast, hitting every major base, every shipyard, every command center. What wasn't destroyed was left in ruins. What wasn't burning was broken. Across the galaxy, other alien races watched in silence. Some had once feared Earth's kindness, thought it meant weakness. Now they saw the truth. Mercy was not weakness, but betrayal came with consequences. On Earth, people did not cheer, but they did not cry either. They understood what had been done, not out of hate, but out of duty. In the weeks that followed, reports spread like wind through space. Other alien worlds started treating human diplomats with more respect. Human doctors were given safe passage. Aid workers were protected. No. One wanted to be next. Derek Monroe stood on the deck of the Vigilant looking at the stars. He wore his old jacket, now torn and scorched from battle. His body still hummed with the enhancements that made him faster, stronger, deadlier. But inside he felt tired. He looked down at a small screen in his hand. It showed a message from Earth. Mission complete. Return when ready. Elena Cruz walked up beside him. She didn't say anything at first, just stood there, arms crossed, watching the same stars. You think it'll last? She asked. He didn't answer right away. They'll remember, he said finally. At least for a while. She nodded. And after that? He looked at her. Then we remind them. Back on Earth, the phrase started showing up in places you wouldn't expect. Graffiti on walls, messages in news reports, even whispered in schools. Don't make them send the Reapers. It wasn't just a warning. It was a promise. Maya sat in her room, staring at a poster on her wall. It showed a Reaper landing on a planet, rifle in hand, eyes glowing behind the eye, helmet. Her uncle had died helping others. Now someone had made sure justice was served. She opened a book and read about medicine, about healing, about saving lives. Her mother walked in and smiled. You're not scared, are you? She asked. Maya shook her head. No. I know they'll protect us. Outside, the sky was clear. Ships flew overhead carrying aid, not weapons. Doctors, not soldiers. But in the shadows, the Reapers waited. Not for war, but for those who forgot the cost of harming humanity's light. Time passed like wind through space, silent, steady, unstoppable. The Keleth were gone from power, their ships broken, their leaders dead, their message to the galaxy forgotten, replaced by another one. Never harm humanity's healers again. Across. Human world's life returned to normal. Cities lit up at night. Children played in the streets, doctors went back to their work, nurses to their rounds. Peace had not been given, it had been taken back. Derek Monroe stood on a quiet hill outside a small town on Earth. The sky was blue above him, birds flying in slow circles. He wore civilian clothes now. No armor, no weapons. Just a man, watching, the world he helped protect. Behind him, Elena Cruz leaned against a tree, arms crossed. You miss it? She asked. He didn't answer right away, just looked out over the fields. Not the killing, he said, but the purpose. She nodded. She understood. They had been made for war, built to end threats before they grew. But now the galaxy was quiet, and maybe that was enough. Back in the city, a new medical station opened, bigger than the last, better protected. Inside, doctors moved with confidence, knowing that if anyone tried to hurt them again, the Reapers would return. One of those doctors was Maya Carter. She was young, smart, brave. Her uncle had died helping the Keleth. She remembered his stories, remembered how he believed in doing good even when the universe wasn't kind. Now she wore a white coat just like his. At the center of the station stood a small memorial, a stone plate with names carved into it. Names of the doctors, nurses, scientists who had been killed, heroes who gave their lives trying to save others. Maya read the names every morning before starting her shift. Sometimes she saw visitors come in. Some were humans, others were aliens, different species, different colors, different shapes. They came not as enemies, but as students, as patients, as friends. One day, an alien diplomat visited the station. Tall, green-skinned, with eyes like stars. He looked around, then turned to Maya. I heard what happened, he said. What your people did. Maya didn't flinch. They hurt our healers, she said simply. So we sent the Reapers. The diplomat nodded slowly. I understand, he said. We will not forget. And he meant it. Outside, the sun set across the sky, painting everything in gold. In the distance, a ship passed overhead, quiet, peaceful, carrying aid to other worlds, and somewhere far away, in the deep dark of space, the Vigilant floated. In silence, its crew rested, but they were ready, because mercy was still a choice, and justice was always waiting.